Happy Halloween, ghosts and ghouls. Yes, it is actually Halloween day today, and I am so excited to hand out candy to trick-or-treaters tonight. There's been so many years where I end up going out, and no, this is one of those I actually get to hand out candy, and I am so excited. Candy a little bit bigger than what is going to fill this little Carmex jack-o'-lantern that I made this year. This has been a multi-part video that this is all compiled into one now. I made this pumpkin a little earlier in this month, and I was saying that this is the longest and shortest season of the year, Halloween season, and I felt like it was going too fast. So I usually end up doing holiday pieces like this to get my little holiday indulgence. But I decided to take a little break from it and actually go to a pumpkin patch and go do Halloween things. And I started making a costume, all of it, just because I needed a taste and I needed a break from this little guy, as fun as he is. So in between making this little jack-o'-lantern and making the candy, I had a little time to think about the candy I was going to put in here. So I started off with a coffee crisp. I am Canadian. I do live in America, but I am a Canadian girly. So had to have my favorite in there. Now, the thing with my Halloween candy, I never kept it room temperature. I packaged up I sorted my candy. I was a weird one that sorted my candy, and all the chocolate went into the freezer. I still do that to this day, especially with this sweet treat. I love peanut M&Ms frozen. That is a deadly combination to have in my house. I just can't. Now as an adult, I cannot do it. And I don't think I ever got these in my Halloween bucket, now that I think about it. I'm pretty sure they were just the regular M&Ms. Okay, on to the next treat. So you're going to see me. Okay, I know a few of you guys, a lot of you are going, does this girl know how to spell? Is she dyslexic? I've seen these comments. Is she dyslexic? No, I'm not. I intentionally misspell things a lot. So you're gonna see me go back and forth between copyright free and copyright not good. So I wasn't sure if I always think about selling these things before I really get into it, and I was thinking about maybe potentially selling this piece. And I can't do that if it's all copywritten. So I started misspelling everything until I started realizing that it was way more fun to actually do the proper label. And maybe this piece is going to stay with me yet again. Maybe I'll eventually sell, you guys, I don't know. But yes, this is why I misspell things a lot. I've only had one actual misspelling that was accidental, and that was elixir on a lighter, and it was because I was more worried about spacing than anything. I didn't check it, and hey, it happens. But do you think I pay this much attention to detail and I misspell them on purpose or on accident? Here I am even fooling myself out. Yes, it was on purpose. It's always on purpose. So now you know my little secrets. Like this little guy. Don't you want some hair bow? Yum, hair bow. I actually love those gummy bears, and I haven't seen them. I didn't see them as a kid. I see them now, and there's like 3 or 4 gummy bears in there, but it's fun. They're cute nonetheless, and I love the liquid filling. I had to do one of those in here, my signature little thing. So now on to the Smarties debate. Okay. Canadian Smarties. Those are Canadian Smarties. They're chocolate. They're Nestle chocolate. They're quite yummy. And these are American Smarties. So when people say, I don't like Smarties, they're gross, they're gritty, they're this, they're that, yeah, they're talking about these ones. They're not talking about our chocolate little delicacies, but some people do like these ones. Okay, so in Canada, they're not Smarties. We know them as Rockets. They're called Rockets, and I had them as a kid too. I do actually like them. There's suckers that are like that too, that are quite fun. Speaking of suckers, I never got one of these in my bag either, but I do have a candy bowl in my house that always has these in them because they are a favorite. Once in a while, you just gotta bust one out and, you know, that little sugar tooth, gotta fulfill that. And I can't deny, I think that wrapper was my favorite one to paint. I really had fun painting that little caramel apple pop little situation. So last but not least, unfortunately, because I ran out of room in this bag, in my little bucket, Tootsie Rolls. They were always in there. Not a fan. Always tried them to make sure I didn't like them, but of course there was always those vanilla ones in there and all sorts of flavors. And of course, I was always wishing there was more chocolate in that bag instead of just a whole bunch of Tootsie Rolls at the bottom. So this candy bag is pretty accurate. Never all the candy you want, but it's definitely full. Maybe a little too full. They are loose in there. This is probably not a good idea because it is a lip balm after all. This container does need to open and you need a good grip on it to open it. I'll eventually glue them in when I decide what candies I want more shown than the others. Until then, I hope you have a great Halloween. Stay safe. Next up, Christmas?